What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Hey, bruh. Hey, I think 20 now. I'm 20, boys. I'm 20. Let's see. I got a chain now. But I got new earrings. Hair done. It's kind of dark. I can't lie. It's kind of dark. But here's just one thing. I just dropped some new pictures on Instagram, bro. So go on the link in my bio. Go like my pictures up, bro. And this video is the YouTube Slop Economy, bro. And this is something different. And I feel like we should just branch out. I know I've been gone these past few weeks, but just know we're in our unemployment arc. All right. And with this unemployment arc, my boys, we're going to be grinding out those videos. So only thing now it is school, YouTube streams. I'm going to try my best to do it. Might try to do a little vlogs with TikToks here and there. I'm just going to try to keep to it one step at a time, y'all. So I ain't going to say too much, but let's get into the video. It was me having to fix my thing.
Hey, when you
your
algorithm look like this, when you watch the videos commonly recommended to you, do you often have a hard time remembering what exactly it was you were watching?
Not
well,
me.
Not. If you're watching this video, there's still hope. These are all symptoms of slop content. Others have covered the topic, but never before has someone given the world behind the
bro, ain't this the thing that the chicken nuggets made out of, y'all? I know I'm not tripping. I know that's what chicken nuggets is made out of, right?
Scenes process. Also, those videos seem to keep mysteriously disappearing. This video will take you down the YouTube slop rabbit hole to explain how it works, how it's in, and how you could possibly get away from it.
So before we get into this, I'm thinking slop is like brain rot content. It's just type stuff like that really gets into there. So that's what I'm thinking it is, honestly, bro. Brain rotted content. That's how we gonna think of it. Brain rot content.
As a starting point, what is slop? Why is it called that? And why is it bad?
Hey.
Slop is the blanket term used to describe low-effort, mass-produced content.
Right.
Slop,
bro, I hit this right on the head, bro. I was on the phone with my friend before I started recording. I was like, I think slop is low-effort, mass-produced content. And I got it. I'm him.
Content on YouTube has a lot in common with fast food.
Right.
There's a big market for both.
Right.
It's easy and digestible. And they're both unhealthy for you. Just like obesity is a massive issue in America.
But look. My favorite fast food is a little Chipotle bowl. Now, I know the burrito bowls might not be too good, but a salad bowl, choose on what you get. I feel like that's some healthy options.
Forgettable content is a massive issue on YouTube. On a conceptual level, there isn't anything wrong with daily content.
Right.
In any market, you're going to find quantity and quality. And completely pushing
gotta have
quantity
a good mix
has always
of both.
been a valid and successful business model. The issue is that oversights and
that's
are more
crazy.
likely to occur when a product is mass-produced without quality control. I think the term slop largely comes from the fact that the research and execution is sloppy. Even in higher profile situations like Kendrick versus Drake, where finding the relevant information is a lot easier, people like Pyrocynical, who don't remotely care or have any interest in the topic, will still cover it just because he knows it'll get views. This leads to a lot of, frankly, embarrassing
so that makes sense. That's what I'm getting from myself in that shoes. Oh, bro, I need to make a video so I can make this money and so I can get the views. So my channel ain't nothing about makeup, but there's just makeup artists who's bad. So we're going to make a video about her or him. We're going to make a video about them. And then we're going to get views off of it because it's trending. That parts, I understand that, but that's more of a thing for TikTok. Because that's all just low effort, most of the time, low effort content. But I don't know. I feel like for YouTube, you got to put a little bit of effort into what you do. Like me, I be reacting. So there's some effort. I got to think about what I got to say and like keep it entertaining. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, there's other people that put in more effort into their shit. And I'm just broadening out the horizon to their videos. That's why I always put the link in the description down below.
Completely shamelessly keeps in the public video to this day.
But Adonis, Future, and Metro's booming track. Other albums like Good Kid and Mad City. It actually unlocked a core memory of when he was still on YouTube, and he was like asking people to do hiss in the comments section.
Obviously, Slop isn't going to have the same creativity or production.
Good Kids in Mad City. Hold on, bro. Good Kids in Mad City. Hold on, twin. Cause I know. Hey, bro. I'm type slow. Cause whole time. Don't worry why I got pajama pants and the chain on. But whole time, I thought I had Good Kid, Mad City. I got to Pimp a Butterfly. But still, the saying goes, if you that's a piece of art. If you gotta say it right, bro. That's why niggas be telling people to say Porsche, it's Porsches. Say it right. Or you gotta say early parfum. Say that stuff right, bro.
effort, but that's by design. Slop channels are less about the product and more about the formula. Something they tend to do is find a simple and repeatable format that lets them stand out while not significantly adding to the workload. Much fast food chains, optimization is a key
he talking about
factor.
me?
Just replace the assembly line with a layer of branding and editors. For the longest time, gameplay commentary has been the easiest to produce, but that ease of entry also leaves it oversaturated. In recent years, more channels have moved on to using face cams instead, something that takes a similar amount of effort while also letting them stand out. After all, what's more personal to you than your face? When it comes to sloppers, the hardest part is building the machine. Once everything's up and running, you can easily pump out 1 or more videos daily. Now, I think it's important to make the distinction that internet drama content isn't inherently slop. There are several examples of really well-constructed hit pieces, even to this day, and the best content drama has to offer is usually rewarded heavily. But to properly identify what is or isn't slop, I've put together a little checklist.
Okay.
A video is slop if the visuals are boring and uncreative with no clear vision, Facecam and gameplay are both easy ways to fill in footage without thinking, causing different videos to be tonally and visually the same. The majority of the content is directly built off of someone else's. Commentaries and reactions are fundamentally built on another piece of content. That way, you only have to do at most half the work, and you can—
So, I make slop content? Hey man, I'm just trying to make a name for myself. I promise I'm trying to learn. Hey, I know exactly what I'm naming this video.
The original piece playing yours to extend runtime and provide context. The videos don't bring any new information or perspective to the table. Oversights are common and can be noticed just by watching the video as intended. Oversights are common. The creator tends to meander on tangentially related topics to extend watch time. AI.
Yeah, I don't use AI.
And lastly, the most important factor to me, the videos aren't rewatchable and are almost designed to be discarded. To narrow in on that last point, there's actually a term for the opposite of this sort of content.
Evergreen.
Just like the tree never—
So how does me as a small YouTuber make evergreen content when there's so much out there that has already been done? Just some things to think about, man. Just things to think about.
Loses its color. The content never really fades out of public relevance, and can continue to be watched even years after its original publication. The assumption is that while slop has the ability to be quickly mass-produced, evergreen content can be watched and rewatched until it does just as well, if not better, in the long run. Another thing to point out is that YouTube has always had tiers of content. This is something I commonly see misconstrued.
Right.
Yes, old Leafy videos were still slop. Just because they were around before the term was made doesn't make a difference.
Right.
Examples of evergreen content, like Content Cop, can also be found. The difference between then and now is that back then, the two types of content could easily coexist without competition. Leafy would get millions of views on his daily videos, but they'd never have the impact of a Content Cop. Nowadays, videos like that are getting increasingly rare, and even then—
I'm starting to feel there's a little bias, which I never heard of Content Cop. If I was to think of like evergreen videos, somebody just doing something different every time, you could say there's think pieces on YouTube, right? And then there's think pieces about music albums. I watch those type of videos a lot. I feel like this is, I don't know, because YouTube is such a big platform. These two things can coexist while the slop content is kind of saturated at this point, and I'm currently making it as myself. I don't know. I feel like these two can coexist at the same time. And I don't think there's anything bad to it because there's people that genuinely do want to watch it. All right. I would rather watch, like me personally, I would rather watch my favorite creator react to something instead of me watching it myself, because it just adds that another layer of entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like when somebody can get to that point, I feel like it's funny. And then these come from streamers. So there's two different sides to this. You know what I'm saying?
These good
That's
videos
also adding
can still
another
be
perspective.
directly competing with slop, just summarizing the points within them. Another thing I'd like to highlight is what I'm calling
disguise slop.
Most daily drama commentaries make it clear and obvious that they didn't have much thought put into them. They take a few hours, then they're posted. Disguised slop, however, consists of videos, usually taking the essay or documentary approach, that trick the viewer into thinking they're watching something good with fancy editing, yet lack the writing that makes these videos memorable.
This trend right here has to be one of the worst trends. There have been worse trends.
This type of content tends to take the form of listicles, whether blatantly or subtly. The videos jump from topic to topic, with no connection between them, no through line, themes, or deeper narratives to be digested. And that ends with a video you watch once, then never think about again.
Right.
Again, there's nothing innately wrong with slop content, disguised or not. at least when there's no better alternative. A lot of slop creators don't have the ambition to make better videos, but can still thrive on this platform by being ahead of the curve, quickly covering new drama and situations.
But so while there's nothing innately wrong with it, that also brings up my question once again: why is it called slop at that point if it's just content? I get the AI stuff, but like just the people reacting, I'm getting defensive. I don't know. Probably I'm just genuinely questioning, but I don't know. That's interesting to me. I would like to hear more about it. Which I'm only 6 minutes
regardless of if their information was properly fact-checked.
You made a video critiquing Sniper Wolf for something, saying definitively she struck the channel. There was not enough information yet to say that she definitively struck the channel.
So the content, I'm pretty
Turn to making vapid, flavor of the day, slop. Content no one will ever bother to rewatch or even think about again.
Right, but I feel like
together worse content.
Hey, I watched this dude on TikTok.
For their audience. I'm not that annoyed when someone who isn't skilled or talented enough to do better makes a lazy commentary video.
Right.
But when someone with that talent wastes it by pumping out garbage instead of making something better, that's where I start to get a bit miffed. That's a waste of talent, and potential content that I'm being deprived of. But why would these established and skilled creators intentionally choose to make worse videos? It's money. Obviously, it's always money.
So, with that being said, technically, if we're thinking of slop content as just something that's easily made, so would this be on the outlier of evergreen? Like this video right here, would it be on the outlier or evergreen? Or would it be a high tier slop content? Because while it's like both, you know what I'm saying? Because it's picking out these people that does the commentary videos, but this is low-key, this is like commentary think piece type of thing. I'm definitely learning something, but I don't know if it'll be rewatchable because it's like, I learned that, so what's the point of me watching it again? I think something that's rewatchable is like, oh, I can go rewatch the RDC skits because, or I can watch the old Corey Scary Game videos and stuff like that. So what is this video itself counts as?
So obviously the creators are driven to make this content solely with profits in mind, as there's little to no creative process there to begin with. But why do they do so well? You can say it's because the algorithm promotes it, but the algorithm just delivers what the viewers want. So why do the viewers watch it? First, the packaging. The thumbnails display as little information as possible, just enough to entice the viewer without revealing any specifics. A cartoon character on a blank background with some text, or the subject of whatever the drama video is about. In this niche, the titles are vague, not providing the viewer with any information on what the video's about, besides the fact that there's a situation. Again, a purposely vague, neutral term meant to get the viewer's foot through the door.
Right.
And once that happens, Pandora's box has been opened.
Hey, hold on. Oh, let me stop on the white screen so I look good. Alright, so that fucking caught me off guard. Alright, so all them lights made me forget exactly what I was about to say. Genuinely, it made me forget. I don't know. It'll come back to me. All of a
sudden, your entire recommendations will be flooded with an influx of forgettable, interchangeable...
Right. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Well, he was talking about the thumbnails, right? Just growing up watching YouTube and seeing people talk about their YouTube lives, their YouTube careers, how they started on YouTube, especially as somebody who's trying to get up in a platform and make some type of name for myself, is that not a way to go about it? Sticking with the trends and like, because I don't think there's no way you're gonna be able to have a name for yourself. I mean, it can happen. You can make your own trainers, but especially nowadays with TikTok and Instagram Reels being things, I don't feel like there's a better way for you to put your foot in the door than to talk about these things, especially as a slop creator or a commentary creator or reactioner. So I feel like there's steps to this slop content, because there can be slop content that is just straight up AI. So you remember back in the day, all the Minecraft school videos, I feel like those would be considered slop content, easily made and stuff. Because I'm pretty sure nowadays that can be made with AI. So that was remade today, slop content, right? But back in the day, that was like, oh my gosh, they animated all of this. Or maybe it's some early form of AI, right? You never know. But then you got people that's just trying to get a name for themselves. So they see, oh, this is what's happening on YouTube. And it's not always in the fact of just money. And that's why I think most people get discouraged when they start YouTube, because they think money. You understand what I'm saying, y'all? I can understand both parts equally, right? But as somebody in my shoes that's trying to make a name for myself, I feel like that's one step of doing it. You make your thumbnails kind of vague to get people to click your videos, because you need clicks to actually build a fan base of people, a community of people. Then you can start producing content that you will want to, but to get your foot in that door, you gotta stay with the trends. Or maybe, honestly, this isn't for me specifically, it's for people that's already big and continue to choose and still do that content, which I feel like I would still do myself, but not all the time. I want to do stuff within the Discord. I like stuff like that. I want to do different things like that. I don't know.
Drama content. Different situations, always the same thumbnail.
That's
and
true.
Always the same title.
That's true.
But after viewing begins, why would anyone stay watching?
I don't
This leads
know.
us to the next important piece of the puzzle.
Maybe I should steal what he's
The
saying.
algorithm needs watch time.
Right.
And if they're making bad videos, people aren't going to keep watching. Or are they? Over the years, the sloppers have found the perfect workaround: drama. The reason a lot of drama slop does so well is because the
It's
viewer's
so
collective
bright.
interest in the given situation leading them towards it is always more persuasive than the lackluster content of the video begging them to leave. When you watch more Pegasus recap the Mr. Beast allegations, you're watching to see what Dogpack is alleging. The issue here is that Pegasus is an aggregator, with no insight or involvement. He isn't diligently looking through the evidence, he's repeating everything he sees in front of him, pushing the popular narrative because everyone else is. Everything he says is just a watered-down version of a better and more entertaining video, and even the information he presents isn't double-checked. In his third video, Dogpack accuses Mr. Beast CEO James Warren of domestic violence with no source, and Pegasus just repeats it without question, not even bothering to correct it in the pinned comment or description even after Dogpack rescinded that point.
There's allegedly domestic violence charges that were filed against him.
Now,
I feel like
obviously,
that's
CEO
messed
position
up.
of Mr. Beast, in my opinion, should not have a history of any DV or psychopath behavior or drug addiction or potential harassment involving a female colleague, right? These are all extremely concerning allegations and need to be addressed immediately. I feel like you have to take some responsibility for the CEO of your company, right?
This is sloppy journalism. And yes, journalism is the right term here. People watch this content for the same reason they watch the news. They want to stay informed on the latest events in drama. But if the videos aren't entertaining, and they don't even provide the correct information, there's literally no merit for these to exist. Now that we have a good understanding of slop content and everything it entails, let's go through the life cycle of YouTube drama to examine the slop economy at work. All drama starts from the incident. Usually a creator is called out for doing a bad thing.
Right.
This first wave of backlash leads to people beginning to make jokes and memes spreading the claims, and within a day or
Bro, that gumball odds one out situation was honestly pretty funny. I can't lie.
two,
It was honestly
the first wave
funny.
of slop videos are released. With that current drama unfolding, now would be an ideal time for accusations to occur. People begin looking into the accused's history, digging for any possible behavior to be called out on. Streamers will go over this as the situation develops, and sloppers might make an extra video or two if the situation is crazy enough. After a little while, a response to the drama is issued, and is either reacted to with an overcorrective defense.
Wait, is Feastable still a thing? Hold on, we gotta look this up. Look this up. Are Feastables still a thing? Like the Feastables snack things, the Feastable Lunchables, are those still a things? Like Lunchleys, are Lunchleys still a thing? Lunchly, are these still a thing? Who the fuck is that kid president? I don't know. I know when I was working at Walmart, they got removed off they was pulled off the shelves before we even put them out. They was like, oh, we can't put these out. So they was just in the bag.
Or career-tainting humiliation, which is sometimes deserved, sometimes not. Then with the drama coming to a close, the sloppers throw one more video out to end things off, and a few months later, the disguised sloppers release retrospective documentaries of events. Basically just summarizing what happened with little additional storytelling. A lot of the time, someone's coverage of the situation will also be called out, and several much smaller splinter dramas will occur. These usually aren't talked about as much since they aren't worthy of the news cycle, but smaller channels will continue reacting and responding to each other to propagate the slop economy. I find this regurgitation of content to be interesting. Something even more interesting is that a lot of the time, that inciting drama doesn't really matter. In the early stages, a lot of it is just propelled by those making money off of it to keep the income flooding, spreading around old, unrelated stories to keep the bloodthirsty drama viewer base satiated. A lot of the time, it actually gets pretty sad. You have streamers repeating the same few points on repeat, desperately trying to keep the audience engaged and enraged while they're looking.
I feel like after a point in time, y'all can be like, hey, bro, we could have just collabed, brought our communities together, and both profited if they're around the same. Just react to the same thing over and over again. I feel like that's so wise. You got to change your servers sometimes, bro. Go to your settings, bro. Go to US Central or go to US East, because US West ain't doing it for you.
anything else to say.
You got lower ping in East.
These situations because their livelihood literally depends on it, and if it's a slow day, they're gonna pull in less money.
But I mean, dude, lots of his stuff from now on, if it's an interesting topic to make. Bro, he is absolute content goldmine.
So we've established that slop videos suck ass, but seeing these established and respected creators switching over to me is a lot more annoying. When a Cheeto or Pegasus make bad videos, no one really cares. They never made good videos to begin with. But when someone known for going more in depth covers things poorly, it kinda damages their credibility. Everything up until now was basically just set up. A video about this is a video
one man
about
in
a
particular
man I used to look up to, someone who's inspired me. This is
that?
a video about Pyro.
Who is this? I think I'm on the wrong side of YouTube.
To address the allegations made against me.
Many believe that the term slop originated from him to begin with. I personally first heard it thrown around on an episode of his podcast.
Stolen Dart, Pyros and
Actual
Elves.
trough of slop and just the little piggies running up to the trough.
Pyro is someone who used to be known as a Leafy clone, riding the
Right.
same wave that Leafy used to come to prominence. But
That's
over
all I
the
used to
years,
watch,
he would
too.
slowly shift from that image by making increasingly higher quality videos, both his deep dive game reviews, as well as by refining his general commentary videos. He was someone capable of achieving a level of humor while still being able to be taken seriously, something I myself am trying to achieve, and he was highly rewarded because of it. While in his gameplay stage, he was the follower. In his more long-form content, he was a pioneer. Eventually, he would solely commit to the long-form game reviews, unfortunately leaving his more comedic slanted commentary videos in the past. This gap in his dichotomy then sparked the creation of Pyro Live, a second channel that started as stream highlights before slowly shifting and evolving into a daily commentary channel.
So what's wrong with that? Like, you have a channel where you put out less videos with more quality, right? Hold on, I'm about to go. You got a first channel, your main channel, you put out your high quality videos. It might take you a few days to make those. And then you got your second channel where you stream, right? This is thinking as a businessman. You got your second channel where you streams, and then you got hella clips from your streams, and you can have somebody just go through your VODs, pick the little timelines of where you reacted to stuff and stuff like that, or little funny moments, or just different segments, and they upload those. I genuinely sit on YouTube and watch the different streamer segments, bro. Especially when I'm doing my homework for school, that's what I watch, honestly.
A lot of ways, it's the same as he's always done, but something's changed. The video lengths have ballooned from 10 minutes to over 20. He spends several minutes per video rambling about unrelated topics, and even some of the topics themselves are just ass. He clearly doesn't give a shit about what he's talking about, so misinformation commonly slips in, whether he doesn't know the full extent of a situation or just other obvious oversight.
What the?
Oh shit, I didn't know he did that.
Many fans have seemingly diluted themselves into thinking it has to be this way.
Not
that
tripping.
there's no
I
better
just seen
alternative.
Jaden Animations busting it open.
Saying he needs the numerous slop channels to fund his good videos. Now, on its face, that logic is fine. He clearly spends a lot on commissions, both for his main channel and also other means. Personally, I don't think he's in a bad financial situation with his $5,000 PS5 shirt and $20,000 a month on commissions for personal use. But the easy claim to make is that just because he's making these videos for money doesn't mean he shouldn't be criticized when he gets things wrong. I do think it's respectable that, for the most part, he tries to avoid talking about more serious situations. It's better to spread misinformation on something that doesn't matter, but it'd be even better to see no misinformation at all. A little extra effort goes a long way, even if it is for slop content. A lot of people seem to have forgotten what Pyro's best commentaries were. He would build a unique atmosphere around the topics he covered. He'd actually buy Ninja's book or try to meet Morgs. His video about Karens, for example, had a House of the Dead inspired intro, which separates that unique video from all the other videos on his channel. And the same can be said with just about every other video from that era.
Okay, so basically, bro is saying it's cool to make slop content if you put your own twist to it, which I feel like if you don't put your own twist to something, it's not gonna blow up or nothing unless you're popular somewhere else. If I'm thinking of this right.
Great. Certifiably not slop. I could still go back and rewatch them today and have the same enjoyment I did in 2019 and 2020. It's evergreen. And this effort was rewarded with millions and millions of views per video. It's easy to forget now, but Pyro didn't just wake up one day with 5 million subscribers. He made videos to earn it. I'm not saying he can make videos on this level every day for Pyro Live, but incorporating elements of the higher effort format, even just for a video or two, will do a lot of work to make the videos stand out again. And maybe the views will reflect that. But instead of anything memorable, he just needs...
Okay, hear me out on this. Hear me out on this, chat. Sorry, I really want to get into streaming again. But here we go on this YouTube. Would you rather have, okay, say 3 videos a month that's got 5 million views, right? Or would you have 25 videos a month that's making 250K views? Okay, let's do math because I'm not that good at math. I just realized. Okay, so got 3 videos a month, 5 mil, right? Is that what I said? 3 videos that make 5 mil, that's 15 mil, right? You got 25 videos that's doing 250K, right? All right. So while the latter is better, prove myself, and I'm keeping this in the video. But I don't know. I would rather have more content for people to watch personally.
It's a situation to be crazy.
Or you could get so good at it, you make it your craft, and you can have videos, bitch. Like I don't know.
Approach to slop tent can be found in one situation.
He started calling it slop tent
that's
now.
Reflective of almost all of the problems in his entire operation.
That's
and
crazy.
Yes, that situation is insane.
Right.
And the YouTuber FlazeFire made a video called "The X Situation is Why."
Right.
It's a video that, on top of being very well put together, is also very blunt with its criticism. He points out why this type of content is bad, makes fun of everyone doing this content.
What the fuck?
He himself becomes the example of what to do instead.
Ain't that's the fat nigga from Angry Grandpa?
Well-written and hilarious video, and all of this material is condensed to 7 minutes and 54 seconds. So short that the video can't even play mid-roll ads. He lost money by choosing to do this, but not adding those 6 seconds when he so easily could have really hammered home the point of the video. No one could possibly claim that this was slop because it wasn't a profitable venture. True sloppers would never even entertain that thought. So this video captures Pyro's attention, and he does a reaction to it on his Pyrocynical TV channel, a stream highlights reaction channel that re-uploads highlights of segments taken from his streams. I was curious to see Pyro's reaction to what he says. It's a video that takes a very aggressive stance against slop, and as someone who formerly made good videos on a regular basis, maybe his worldview and experiences on YouTube can provide some insight into the slop mindset. Then I watched the video, and it was awful.
That's why I call it slop, because it's garbage content. Videos need to be profitable on the slop channel. Yeah, that's the point. That sucks. Like, no one cares. I don't want to hate the LGBT because this guy's gay. That's fun.
First of all, before even getting to the reaction, the Pyro TV channel is the 3rd channel for a reason. It makes Pyro Live look like good content. With his reaction, the video goes from less than 8 minutes to nearly 50. From the outside, that's a good thing. He clearly has to be adding to the original content to get it that long. The issue comes in.
Wait, I'm confused. Who is this nigga and what does he have to do? See, is this slop content? Did he take out of this to do drama content, bro? But what does this have to do? What does this nigga have to do with Pyrocynical in his 3rd channel? Is he the person that's over the 3rd channel? Like, what is it? Confused, bro.
For a lot of the video's runtime, he gets distracted with unrelated donations and goes on tangents that have nothing to do with the video he's reacting to, or any of the points brought up in it. There's nothing wrong with this happening on stream, after all, you want to give the people their money's worth. But when you're re-uploading this to a YouTube video, these constant distractions become grating. People are watching your reaction to see how you react. Literally no one cares what some random donator has to say while trying and failing to be funny.
You a sloppy boy, little slopper, sloppy slopper, hopper, topper, bopper boy? Yeah, you are my little pig.
It's the exact same psychology as the drama slop from earlier. The interest in seeing Pyro's reaction is enough to trick the viewer to keep watching through all the fluff. The easy solution is to get one of his 20 editors to cut out the dead space. But that costs a little extra money. If he does that, maybe he'll have to spend less money on commissions every month. But through the filler, and the donations, and watching a critical video for some reason, the talented Pyro I grew up watching is still in there somewhere. Maybe he can really use his decade of YouTube experience to give us some insight. How does he respond to the claims about slop content?
He's sadly right. You can't make the slop shorter, because if you make it shorter, you get paid less. I mean, I've definitely done that as well, though, in the sense of just like regurgitating information. I am chained to the slop mill.
Oh, really now? So he's just fully aware that the majority of his output is complete and utter garbage, yet he chooses to do nothing about it. Something that annoys me is that most of the viewers actually respect his honesty. He may be making shit, but at least he's open about it. No, if you know you can easily, you should be criticized harder. This is embarrassing. This coping gives Pyro the leverage to continue carrying this self-defeating mindset, admitting that the content he makes and endorses with his brand is terrible. Yet he'll never bother to change because people aren't pushing him hard enough on it. And
okay, this video for a minute video, like he's still making sense, but it's like he stopped in the middle of the video to start talking about his favorite creator who changed to make more money. So now I'm feeling like this is the drama slop content that he was talking about at this video. I don't know if I'm digging into it too much, but that's exactly what it feels like.
To improve, and they respect that. In a lot of ways, Pyro and his fans are the same. He doesn't value his slop content, so why should the viewers?
Right.
A lot of Pyro's more dedicated audience really seems to detest the modern direction he's taken. The top comments of nearly every video are actively against him, making deprecating jokes and comments at his expense, almost like a punishment for continuing to post these videos. Yet, they keep watching. A lot of people seem to only be watching.
I was gonna say, I'm not gonna lie, like, especially nowadays, in social media, like, your top comments is always gonna be somebody hating or somebody saying repent to Jesus, which, hey, you know, like, copy. I feel like that's just something that comes with the territory at this point, bro.
Because of the connection they already had to Pyro's work. He made videos in the past that emotionally resonated with them, or made them laugh. And because of that, they feel this impulse, almost like Stockholm Syndrome, to stay around him like they owe him something, even when the content itself actively suffers because of it. But the comments aren't always complete drivel. As an experiment, Pyro did try getting his editors to put more work into certain game review videos, releasing slightly less polished main channel adjacent content. While they didn't do as well view-wise, because you're uploading gaming videos to a drama channel, the comments were a lot more genuine and positive relating to the topic and themes of the videos, because they recognized that there was an amount of time and effort put into these, and they deserve to be taken more seriously. And yet, he still chose to return to the slop, because on average,
why is he making the slop lean
than his higher effort content.
We tried doing different content, like we put a couple days into this video and no one cared. So it's like, what's the fucking...
If you're mass manufacturing a defective product, you fix the assembly line. But when that defective product is still purchased by the consumers, there really isn't a reason to fix it, is there? In a situation like Pyro's,
okay, but think this is this man's job, right? So if on that channel he steady makes that content and he tries to make stuff that was similar to his main channel content and it didn't work out for that channel, why does it matter that he's uploading that type of content to that channel? He can have the two different channels with the two different types of content where he can have the quality and the so-called slop. Is that not making sense? I feel like, I don't know, I feel like they low-key gassing it. Like, bro, it feels like it's low-key tripping, bro. Like, if the man, this channel, which is purely just to get more views and money out of it, right? Which I don't see nothing wrong with that, because that's what most niggas on YouTube do. Like, we understand that it's close to your heart, but still, this man has to stay on top of the line with stuff. And you got these younger kids coming up who don't care about these has so much to it. They care about the short stuff, the drama, the why Launchable's not in store no more, or why Speed went to this country and stuff like that. Like, that's what they care about. So that's what he's going to make. Because at the end of the day, what's going to get you views is the kids. Pause. That sounds crazy, but it is. Like, there's more kids on YouTube than anything, bro.
Understand why he's so willing to fall into complacency. He's a big YouTuber now, without anything more to prove.
Right.
He doesn't have to try anymore for the vast majority of his content because he's already done that work. Built that audience and built that machine. And if it continues being profitable, he has no motivation to improve. He can make better videos. He has made better videos. He just chooses not to because it's easier and he's being rewarded for it. The fans don't care. They just want background noise.
They don't.
And they're willing to fall into that same complacency. The same mindset Pyro holds towards the same videos on his own channel. They're the same. In my opinion, slop content is some of the worst content that's allowed on YouTube. Obviously there's worse stuff, but it breaks terms of service. It lands firmly in the middle of the bell curve, which makes it too consistent to not be laughed at, yet not good enough to be memorable. It takes up this completely empty black hole in your brain. I think Flacefire actually put it best in his video.
Even after watching an entire video within this genre, I can't recall the title, the thumbnail, or even what the video was about.
If there's one word you can use to describe slop, it's shameless. They don't care when they get information wrong, they don't care that their videos aren't entertaining, and they don't care about being forgotten. They only care that they're pulling in money. It's so ironic how often I see people constantly complain about TikTok, yet go on to watch hours and hours of forgettable, nothing content on a day-to-day basis. And I know because I've been there. One of my biggest guilty pleasures on YouTube is watching Minecraft hardcore content.
Yeah.
I've complained before, but all Minecraft content is the same, in terms of style, topic, and presentation. The only way you can tell these channels apart is by the skin on the thumbnail. And the videos themselves aren't memorable. A lot of the same problems as the videos discussed earlier. And yet, on occasion, I find myself watching these videos, usually in the background, passively wallowing.
Right, I do too. I used to watch, I'm not gonna lie, in high school, I used to watch Dream speedruns a lot. Or like the manhunts, I used to watch those a lot. But purely as background noise. I understand this. Like, this makes it, they're all this, like, back in the day, watching Minecraft YouTubers, it was all different. Like, you had Stampy, you had Obelisk Squid, which are like, you know, and then Dan TDM, they all did different content. I understand what you mean. But I feel like the times are different, bro. And you can't stay stuck in nostalgia forever, because at the end of the day, they're gonna do what they have to do to keep those bills paid. And maybe that way, because, you know, I don't just think about the things that they could obtain, and it's not just purely money. Like, I truly enjoy this, but at times I can't. So it's like, these people that does have this, like, I understand why you gotta stick with the curve, bro. I don't know.
And I get it. It's comfort content,
right,
both for the fans watching and the creators making it. The viewers always know what to expect, and the creator always expects the videos to do well. But there's a problem.
So was the comfort content? That's why we had minutes of a Pyro Cynical or Pyro Lives channel, because that was his comfort content, and it got switched. But you also said the content was rewatchable. I don't know.
A personal problem, but maybe one you share as well. Never in my creative process am I more uninspired, discouraged, and disassociated from the creativity needed to make a good, memorable video. There have been points where I've genuinely believed I had memory issues because of how interchangeable and forgettable these videos are. When there's no excitement in the content you watch, it's hard to get into the headspace to be excited about what you're making. I imagine it's even harder to be constantly surrounded by drama content. If your entire feed is an echo chamber full of negative videos about bad people doing bad things, it's easy to fall into it. To let it slowly consume you until all that's left is a more pessimistic person.
I don't feel like I've fallen into the slop content thing
part
then.
of my creative process.
Honestly.
To me, there's nothing more entertaining and rewarding than watching a video and seeing a noticeable change within yourself because of that video. The best content on this site changes you as a person, and that's a beautiful thing. Something we're only going to see less and less of in the following years. Because people would rather be comforted than confronted, to be coddled than to be challenged. And creators that, in distant memory, were fucking great, couldn't care less about actually satisfying the people watching, because those people only want to watch garbage.
I mean, they got it satisfied. They're watching it all the way through. I don't know. I don't understand his rage within it. Like, I don't know, somebody can in the comments below, like, so I can, like, change his content and he doesn't care, but he's still getting views. Like, I don't know. That's just the right now, bro. Like it went from, all right, think of Call of Duty, bro. They added Warzone, right? It went from everybody using different guns and different loadouts to everybody have MP5 Car 98K. Or you have some people that have some slightly different, but it's still SMG, sniper, AR. It's not different. It's just the meta of YouTube right now. Like, think of it as a video, bro. That's the meta. And like, even if you servers, the meta low-key the same. It's probably slightly different, but they got their own meta too. So it's like the different parts of YouTube you on, they got different metas and they got different lineups and stuff, and they got different classes equipped. Some people might pop Daddy, some people might pop, you know, the full. So it's like, I don't know. It's different. Like, that's just what seeing, because at some point YouTube is thinking you're indulging in the content. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
So how do we fix this? There are always going to be creators putting time and effort into their videos, just like there will always be creators pumping out slop.
Right.
But ultimately, the reason slop even
I
exists
think he's showing this black man.
it's more profitable than making
Who is this?
videos. It's just the optimal business decision. Pyro even says it himself. So, you want to stop creators from pumping out slop? Stop watching it. Raise your standards, and these creators will be forced to raise theirs too. As consumers, if we want better content, we have to boycott. So next time you see a video called "the doo-doo fart situation is shitty," or whatever other collection of vapid, meaningless words, all you have to do is hit the 3 dots and press "do not recommend channel." Over time, you'll start to notice the algorithm giving you better and better content. Actual artistic works people put effort into producing. Now, for some of the more devoted slop watchers that watch their daily slop to stay up to date on internet drama, I actually have a solution that will not only keep you updated, but also save you time. I may be the first person to ever actually say this, but go on Twitter. If you're looking for a platform full of negativity, Twitter's the perfect place for you. Like with shorts, I find it so funny that people will actively talk about how horrible Twitter is, yet they'll go on to watch garbage YouTube content with information taken from Twitter. After I started using the site more frequently, I noticed a dramatic decrease in the amount of Moist Critical and Pyro Live I watched, because the main source these aggregators pull from is just the Twitter trending tab. 5 minutes a day keeps the sloppers away. If you don't want to go on Twitter, which honestly is kind of valid, another alternative is to watch self-aware slop tubers. Channels like Chad Cat and Dolan Darkest are channels that deliver the information without wasting 20 minutes of your life. Obviously, they tend to miss some of the finer details and nuances, but if you want the full picture, obviously you wouldn't watch aggregators to begin with. You would just watch the videos they're taking the information from.
Right.
So that's the slop economy. While I'd love to believe it's possible for the pendulum to swing back the other way to people preferring creative ventures and high-effort, well-thought-out projects, I think the most realistic scenario is that this is just the modern landscape we live in now.
Right, thank you. So he does understand, okay.
And even if this boycott actually causes any sort of effect, which I don't really think it will, even if every human creator completely moved on from slop, there's also the constant oversaturation of AI slop that's only getting more and more common.
It's getting
and honestly, I don't even want to think about that anymore. I've already said my piece on it. So for now, I'll just leave you with this. Slop isn't going anywhere, so all you can do is try to go away from slop. Appreciate good creators while you have them, lest you let them be part of the ever-consuming YouTube slop economy.
I will be honest, I really do hate slop. But like, my monthly income a minute from slop has made like 70 to 80% money than what the Darkwood video has made so far.
Right. Okay. That's the content. Is this slop? My shit ain't slop, right? Yeah, nah, it's not slop. But, bro. Look, enjoyed this video. It was, I'm not gonna lie. I was educated on a new term. I didn't know nothing about this. I didn't know how people felt about this type of content. But also at the same time, I said how I feel, which led to this. At the end of this video, me watching a 30-minute video become 50 minutes. But, hey, y'all. I thank y'all so much for reaching the end of this video, man. Hey, bro. Don't be afraid to put my stuff in the background or something. Just low-key. Just happy, like, bro. And reply comments on how you feel about the slop economy of YouTube. Do you think slop is really truly that bad, or should slop be all the way gone? But hey, I'll see y'all in the next video, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. Thank you so much for watching, and peace.